Overnight, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu released one of the funniest videos that I've seen in a long time. It's like a Saturday Night Live bit, claiming that Israel has no desire or intentions to interfere in Syria's internal affairs. Watch this comedy. And as Caitlin Johnstone wrote this morning, quote, only Israel could invade and occupy large stretches of a country, bomb it 480 times in 48 hours, destroy 80% of its military defenses, and then claim it has no intention of interfering in that country's internal affairs. She nails it. Meanwhile, the rebranding of the CIA-backed brutal terrorists now controlling Syria is happening in real time. But our next guest says this rebranding didn't start just this week. After the occupation by the Biden administration, it's been happening for years. Dan Cohen from Uncaptured Media is all over this story and joins me now. Dan, good to see you. So how far back does this go?
Well, I began covering the Syria conflict, the dirty war on Syria, in 2016. And at that point, it became very clear to me that the U.S. was not very secretly funding, arming, training, and not only the U.S., its allies in the UK, Qatar, Turkey, the UAE, Saudi Arabia were funding and arming and training a variety of terrorist groups, what the U.S. government has acknowledged as terrorist groups, and many of them are officially listed as terrorist groups, in order to destroy Syria's sovereignty. It was never about Assad himself or the Syrian prisons or anything like that. It was about destroying Syria. And that's what they've just achieved. Now, in order to do that, of course, they had to wage an incredible propaganda campaign to convince Americans that Al-Qaeda was actually the good guys. I'm old enough, and I assume most of our viewers are, and I know you were around, Clayton, when 9/11 happened, and the government said Al-Qaeda did it, and we have to launch wars on Afghanistan and then Iraq.
These are good guys.
Yeah, they're like nice ISIS. They're Pal Qaeda is what I like to call them. It was amazing because if you were paying attention to what was happening in Idlib province in northwestern Syria, where Al Qaeda, then it was called Jabhat Fatah al-Sham. Then they went through a series of rebrands from Jabhat al-Nusra, which was the original Al-Qaeda affiliate in Syria. Then it became Jabhat Fatah al-Sham. Then it became HTS, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, which is the one that they're using today. And they formally broke links with Al-Qaeda, but the ideology is completely the same.